Thanks for tuning into our seller interview series. Up to date, we've got a service business for sale in the customer service niche. Created in April 2015, this business makes $3,490 per month in net profit, and the listing number for this business is 40808. Now, we do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the sites they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Thanks for coming on, Praveen.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Before we dive into the questions here, just to give our audience out there listening in a quick summary of the business. As I mentioned, it was built in April 2015, has a monthly revenue of $5,362, expenses sitting at $1,873 for that total net profit of $3,490. Now that is over a 12-month average. And with the sale of this business, the domains, site files and database, the customer list, the payment processor account, Gmail for work, accounts for the software that they use, as well as the 3 agents and 1 manager, and as well as marketing materials and training materials will all be included with the sale. So with that said, Praveen, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses? Is this kind of your first one, or is this just one of many?
Right. So I started with freelancing 5 years back. So after that, I started my first startup 3 years back, and that failed terribly. But the idea for the website is through, when after the postmortem of my first startup, I found that I got more customers via chat, being on live chat, than any other medium of marketing I did. So I thought maybe someone else might also be, beneficial by it. So I thought to test the idea for a month and see how it goes. So after getting on, creating a website and then getting on the marketing, to my surprise, in the first month, I got like 10 customers signing up to the site, and I decided to scale it up. And now the company grew to an extent that I no need to work, I no need to do the operations part, and everything is being handled by our team. So that's how we started, and yeah.
Awesome, man. That's great. It's cool that you have something that kind of grew and now it's kind of its own thing. It's separate from you. It's its own machine running in the background for you. So for someone that is, new to online business and maybe they don't quite understand what it means when we say you have a service business, can you just briefly describe how this business is making money?
Sure. So this is kind of a productized service, basically, which is different from a service business. So when coming to a general service business, we work on project to project, right? So we market, we get a customer, he pays us an X amount, and we do the work for him and deliver, and then we again go finding for the next customer, just like any consulting business, right? But here we are a productized service, which means it's kind of a hybrid between a SaaS product and a service business. So we offer a limited set of service to our customers on a recurring basis, right? So they pay less every month, but it is recurring, so they pay every month to us. So coming to our service, we cover 24/6. Which means if we handle only just one customer, the price that we need to charge them is more, like 20 to 30 times more than what we charge to our customers currently. So it's kind of a shared economy, and our customers pay us every month, which is something that a service business is, a productized business so special about.
Yeah, absolutely. Productized services are super, super interesting. It's actually one of the business models I'm most interested in because it can be a bit complex, but also just, cool. Like you said, you get the recurring income unlike a typical service business. So why are you selling the business? It sounds like you have it, pretty well maintained. Why not keep it and grow it?
Right. So the mistake I did when starting the business is I took the agents, the agents are all in-house. In South India, I have started an office and hired, trained, and got the agents online. But that basically, I should not be doing this, but the talent in my city is not what my customers are expecting, which resulted in, customers churning out. And that's something that I'm worried about back then. And in 2016, throughout the year, I worked mostly on operations part than on growing the business. All right. Which I felt something like it's not the right thing that I'm doing. Instead of growing the business, I can't work on operating, putting my time on the operations. So I decided in October to shift the in-house team to Filipino VAs and make sure I focus mostly on the growing part. So at that time, I was too burned out that I decided to shift it to Filipino VAs and then sell the business and get into any other fields. So now it's doing pretty well, basically, as I said, but it was put in my mind and I'm planning to sell it and learn few more skills for myself, like programming, and get into some other fields which I'm more interested in and which helps me to, work only on the growing part and not the operations part.
Okay, so you want to sell the business basically so you can use the money to help yourself learn some new skills and get into other fields. Since you made the switch from the Indian VAs to the Filipino VAs, have you found that switch has been meeting your customers' needs a lot better, or how has that transition been?
It's tremendously better because the work that a Filipino VA handles is the work here in-house that should be handled by two Indian. The work that one Filipino VA do, it was done by two people here. So there is a lot of cost cutting there and a lot of management headaches reduced. And as they are not with me and better manage them, I'm not kind of a people person. So I'm not good with people basically. So so that helped me to focus mostly on growing the business and not on other managerial stuff that I'm not interested in.
So when you first started this business, what was the trajectory of its growth? Did you find that you were getting customers pretty quickly, or did it take a while to get up, ramp up to the level you're currently at?
That's a good question. So basically, the thing that I have faced in the first month is with the right marketing. To confess, I only did cold mailing all the time. Till now, I'm doing that same because I like other skills basically. So with cold mailing, I saw pretty good response from our customers. And the trajectory went higher till I think November 2015 and till Jan 2016. But then is where I was forced into operations and I wasn't able to focus mostly on the marketing part. But then again on July 2016 time, I got a time to work on marketing part, and then I again saw a lot of customers signing up. And if you see the graph of the income report, there are peaks in some stages in 2016. And that's where I worked on the marketing part and not on the operations part. So with the current setup, like everything done by VAs and the manager taking all my work and he's doing it, I can focus mostly on marketing part and continue to grow the business in a upward trajectory.
Is the manager Filipino as well?
No, he's in India and he's with me now. Cool. Yeah. And he also comes with the sale.
Awesome. Is there anything you learned from this business that you're going to apply to your future endeavors? Like one thing you did that just worked really well with this business?
Yeah, definitely. I have learned a lot more in this business than my first startup. So the first thing is if you are not a people person, don't go with having an office. That will ruin the business. And the second one is not to target many, more than one or two target, market segments. So I did that mistake where we targeted the wrong market than what we usually target. And we saw a lot of churn in there, and I don't want to go back to that. We do have a lot of signups. We did get a lot of signups, but that didn't really help the business to grow.
That answers my next question. I was just going to ask you, what did you try that didn't work? So I guess we know that.
Can I say that?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So our main target market is e-commerce businesses. So where in June, July time, I targeted SaaS products. I think you have an idea about it. So I targeted SaaS products. They signed up. Many of them signed up. But as our agents are more used to, handling an e-commerce business, we were not really able to handle the tech side of the SaaS products, which resulted in them churning out. The main reason is most of the chats that we used to get for a SaaS product are related to tech related, like someone who with a programming knowledge can handle, or someone who have in-depth knowledge on what the service is, what the product is.
Definitely.
Yeah, which we lack, which our employees lack. And that's something we cannot train them on for the price that our customers pay.
Yeah, that would be so difficult.
Yeah, as said earlier, they are paying 20, 30 times lesser than what they pay if they hire, train, and manage their own employees to handle the customer service. So that resulted in them churning out because we are not able to meet their expectations. And that's something I realized later. That field is something not for us, for our business setup. But when I later focused again on e-commerce, they did pretty well, and we still have customers who signed up with us in 2015 May.
Awesome. And now when it comes to traffic to your site, is it mainly all coming from these cold emails, or is it coming from organic? Are you seeing social traffic, any other kind of traffic?
Right. So basically, the income we have isn't related to traffic. As such, when comparing to an Amazon affiliate site, right? So that's the main thing. And the traffic that we got are from cold emailing. Plus, I did a bit of content marketing, like 5 to 7 blog posts on our website. You can check them. And we got a bit of traffic from there. And that basically didn't exactly correspond to the income we have because, it's not related. The traffic is not related to the income we get.
Yeah, that makes sense. How stable are the earnings for your business? You mentioned earlier that you had quite a bit of churn. Is that problem still there, or has the problem been fixed?
It's fixed if I don't target SaaS products.
Okay, cool. That's good. So your customers are fairly loyal then, so they're paying month after month. So every month, lifetime value of your customer is basically increasing, yeah?
Yeah. So it's been 20 months till now, and can I say the number of our customers?
Yeah, sure, if you like.
Yeah. So we have 20 customers right now, and on average, considering all the plans, the average income that we get per customer is $240 a month. And most of 30% of the customers we have signed up with us in 2015. So when the company started. So the customer lifetime value is pretty high, and they are very loyal to us. And that's the thing that they can't leave us because we know a lot more about them, their businesses, and that cannot be found with our competitors, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So your main target is e-commerce. You are still, let's pretend that you are going to keep this business and grow it, right? You wanted the least risky path to grow this business. What would you focus on? Would you keep doing these cold emails to e-commerce stores?
Yeah, I continue to do it because basically after transferring to Filipino VAs, I basically, before listing here, I thought of continuing it, and I decided not to. But if I want to continue it, I will definitely go with cold emailing, ramping it up, and a bit of paid marketing, because I didn't explore it till now, and also content marketing, which can help to reach out.
Yeah, big time. Would you do anything different if you were incredibly risky and you just wanted to grow the business as fast as possible?
So I will choose more easier target market than e-commerce, which is drop shipping. So drop shipping, I have found drop shipping store customers are more easier on us, and they need less contact with us, with the team, and they are the people who pay more.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that, but that's intriguing. What do you think the reason is for that?
Right. So the reason is, so when coming to a drop shipper, most of the thing and the work that comes with e-commerce is automated. So they don't need to cover the inventory. They don't need to ship the product, right? So they don't need to ship the product. They don't need to maintain the website because Shopify does it for them. The only thing that is manual work for drop shippers is customer support. Okay. And that's where we are into. That's where our service is into. So that's the best deal for them to outsource it to us instead of doing it, because once they outsource it to us and their customers get instant replies to whatever they want, to whatever their questions are, that's something where they can increase their brand and also the number of sales, and they don't mind paying us less than 20 to 30 times less than what they pay to have their own team of customer support.
That's super cool, man. So what do you think the biggest risk is when it comes to this business that buyers should be aware of?
The risk is basically, I should say, the team, because I'm selling nothing more than the team and the customers. We don't have tech involved in it. But if the manager does most of the team coordination part, so the new buyer do not need to get in contact with the team every day. But if you consider them as people and treat them as such, there won't be any issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What kind of work are you currently doing? Because it sounds like your manager is taking care of a lot of the day-to-day, if not all the day-to-day kind of operations. What kind of work are you doing to maintain this business?
So during these days, I just work on the marketing part, sending cold emails and seeing if someone replied with interest, and then if they are interested, they do sign up, and after that, the thing after they sign up will be managed by the manager. I pretty much do that. I pretty much do marketing part that I know, which is cold emailing.
Now, moving to some wrap-up questions here. Would you be willing to sign a non-compete with a buyer?
Definitely, I will.
Awesome. And how much support would you be willing to offer that buyer?
I'm willing to get for the first 30 days. So I can help them with the phone support and email if they want to. But if it's still needed, I am open with the second month too.
Excellent. Now, obviously, the best case scenario here for you and for Empire Flippers, someone comes in and just buys this business outright up front. But would you at all be open to like 80% up front and 20% on closing, say like maybe after a training period or some other kind of earn-out scenario? Would you be open to that?
Do you mean financing?
Yeah, basically where someone says, hey, I'll give you 80% up front and then pay out the remaining 20% over, 1 month or 2 months or whatever.
Sure. I would be happy for that. Yeah, basically I want to make sure this business the buyer isn't feeling bad about the business, because this is something dear to me, and this is something I worked hard for around 2 years building it. So yeah, I'm willing to offer the help that is needed.
Awesome. Before my final question here for you, Praveen, just to give a quick summary out there for everyone listening in, again, of the business. It was built in April 2015, has a monthly revenue of $5,362, expenses sitting at $1,873 for that net profit of $3,490. Now that is over a 12-month average, and with the sale of the business, you'll get the domains, the site files, database, the customer lists, payment processor account, Gmail for work, accounts for the software that the 3 agents and 1 manager uses, as well as the team, and you will get the marketing materials and training materials that they use. So with all that said, Praveen, my final question for you is, what is your best pitch in 30 seconds or less on why someone should purchase this business?
Sure. So the perfect buyer for me, with my understanding, is someone who is into e-commerce. So if you are targeting e-commerce, this is the best service that you can have in your portfolio, because this is something any e-commerce customer need. It might be a general e-commerce or drop shipping. Anyone needs it. And this business is a business that gives you most customer lifetime value, and you can also upsell, cross-sell the customers into this, so you can grow the business easily.
Excellent. Yeah, I think that's a solid answer. For those out there, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want more information, the link will be below the video that would take you to the marketplace listing. Now, if you're watching this on the actual listing and wanting more information, become a depositor today. All you have to do is click the button, make a deposit, and you'll be given everything you need to review this business. So, Praveen, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Greg.